It's a big glass of water.
This is your television thing.
It's great. Whatever. Here's doing support. So it goes me. I don't know if so I don't have to set up so you can do it. Because if you do, yeah, all right. So for most people, we'll do the things. So obviously that the component. So the component stuff. Maybe open the process. It's open. So yes.
I want them yeah, I'm starting down by myself.
No more talk. You're streaming. sitting next to people can say, hey, can I buy you a drink? Hey, can I buy you a drink? Well, last night I talked about my car, but I gotta take the car home so that I can walk to something that figure out I was right at home. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to open that Ottawa. I told him when he gets to the break, I don't want to switch over.
Break him like a minute.
Well, I'm over no, see?
This is.
Yeah, I got the mobile camera.
Second, competition rate is 7 takes
And also, when I switch this, I put back the audio for this.
Presents. No, no problem. Let's go on.
Where does that sound?
See, this is You stand. You stand. You deserve it. Like eat like four. You have like 3 right there you can do that.
It actually got downgraded by people. Really? It's like,
He's talking about and like hide behind it. Who says that? What happened to the fruit before? So we took you on family tree. Yeah.
John would always do it and cake and daughter.
Oh, sour juice. Yeah. There are a few things to commentary to fix. You want to get commentary after the last statement. Yeah, one job. Oh, you're not the
About the show. Anybody can read if you know the show.
No, no, oh, devastating.
No, I don't like this game. Don't do it. Don't touch that. Like, go a little more. Don't touch it.
Don't touch it. Thanks, Eddie.
Test, test. All right, we are live, High Parkers. Welcome to the Women's Championship. Sorry to be coming in the fourth end. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we have a barn burner on sheet 3. Right now we have Mike Walsh, followed with Chris Way commentating this game.
Hey, Mike. We got a really great game. Kelly Cochrane got off to a good start, but Sarah Gilbert clawing her way back here in the fourth, sitting 1 for the moment.
Yeah, a lot of rocks in play. Looks like a great shot being thrown there by
Kelly.
Kelly. Amazing job. This is Kelly Cochrane's 87th Women's Championship. Is that correct?
That's approximately right. Yeah,
Interesting.
I think that's close.
Definitely a High Park staple.
So Kelly with the short angle run there on her first. Makes a good one, sitting 3. Tough to see the angles, but I think Shot Rock is sort of nestled into a pocket there in the back 4. Might be tough to score here for Team Gilbert. This is the third matchup in a row, third championship final for these two teams. Kelly Cochrane won the last 2. See if we have a different champion this year.
Yeah, definitely. These two people are very familiar with playing each other. Looks like we got a long conversation here, trying to figure out how do we put ourselves in a position to score. What's going through your mind right now, Chris?
If I'm Sarah right now, I'm just trying to think about what we want to do here. There's a pretty easy shot to give up 1 nose hit. You might even score 1. Scoring in the fourth is probably pretty good. Even if you roll away and give up 1, you're only down 3. There's still half a game left. Lots of curling. Can definitely make some moves in the last half of the game.
I created a lake and everything. So I didn't have to remember something easy you had. Yeah.
Go for it.
Sorry, folks. Realize that Kelly Cochrane has hammer here. So Sarah's trying to find a way to get one in there for shot, maybe even second, and make Kelly's last one tough.
Yeah, long think right now. I think the idea right now is we're just trying to nuzzle one in there and kind of stop the bleeding.
So it looks like Team Gilbert's elected to throw the freeze. Probably a good call. Get to the nose of it. Kelly's going to have to hit it and probably lose at least one of her back two rocks.
As long as she leaves us in a position where she can't be removed easily, she might be able to get out of this net.
Mike, how many at the fourth end break, how many points down do you need to be before you consider quitting? I'm just thinking if Team Cochrane can score a pile here, we might be looking at the end of the game.
Yeah, that is a good question. Yeah, anything can happen, and we got to keep it interesting. But at a certain point in time, you kind of have to go to the rest of the team and say, is it better at the bar than it is on the ice?
Well, great question, and I mean the High Park Bar is quite the place.
Definitely is. Good. All right, where are we looking?
So rock on its way. Sweeper's going for speed and for line. Weight looks pretty good.
Overcurling a little bit.
Looks like it might have overcurled the hair.
No perfect weight. All right.
Nice thing it does look like it's buried. Team Cochrane's last one is probably going to be a soft weight tap here. Try to take the 4 spot, end the game right away.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate that just overcurled at the end because the weight was perfect. I think right now, Team Gilbert is crossing their fingers and hoping for a miss.
Kelly Cochrane and Vice Heather Carr Olmstead discussing the line, what broom to take.
A lot of conversation. What would you do here?
Well, I think it depends on who shot. Jen Gray, Vice for Sarah Gilbert, taking a look there. At this point in the game, I think it's probably worth it to go for the big score. Seems to be curling off the line a little bit. Might get some late action as it approaches the house, as the rock approaches the house.
Definitely.
Even if you lose one of the back ones, you're still going to be sitting 3.
I think probably a nice backline hack waiter.
Yeah,
Touch it, tap it back.
I agree.
Surprising amount of conversation going on right here. What do you think they're talking about?
I think you just want to be sure. You want to be sure you know what the weight is. You want to be sure you know what the line is.
Yeah.
Make sure everyone's on the same page.
Pretty tight ice here.
Yeah.
You think she's maybe hitting it off her own yellow and rolling across?
It looks like the ice is for the off the shot or second shot yellow.
Yeah.
That one probably jams on the left yellow in the back 4 foot, and you try to move the blue out of 4 foot for your 3 spot.
You know, it's that experience of being in the 87th championship, saying, hey, you know what, I'm just going to throw this. The easier shot, take my 3, and be up 7-2 going into the 5th end. Kelly to deliver. Slide looks good.
Rock's on its way. Lisa Rawlings cleaning and on the sweep now. Going hard for line. Nice clean now. And Jane Almy with the curl, and that's a lovely shot for 3.
Yeah, really great throw here. Yeah. Tough one for Gilbert. Still lots of time left in this game. Anything can happen in
Yeah.
finals.
And we've got our first final, ladies and gentlemen, sheet 4. Jody McCutcheon versus Brenda Johnston. Jody, just a little too much for Team Johnston to handle today.
Tough to lose when you don't miss.
Words to live by, folks. All right, and it looks like we're playing a 5th. So let's change the angle for you folks at home. And we'll take a moment to thank our season sponsors this year. Obviously, Stu Sankey from Stu Sells Realty Team, big supporter of the club. All the breweries we have in the ice, including Asahi, which you see on your screen tonight. Reinhardt, who's here today for a beer tasting. So if you're watching the stream and you want to come down before 6 to watch the men's final, we got Reinhardt here at the club. I want to thank Angela Ballin for sponsoring the Grand Mixed Bonspiel, our final event of the year, being held last weekend.
Also, big shout out to our 7 viewers right now. If we could get a little bit of action in the chat here and let us know. How do you guys feel about our first women's final? Here we go. Corner guard here being delivered by Team Gilbert.
We have a surprise guest here, Team Kelly Cochrane's alternate, Mel T. Chosen to sit off this game. Mel, how do you like your team's chances of pulling it out in this game?
I love watching them make great curling shots and put the pressure on the opposition. It's a wonderful time.
And Mel, you played in last night's mixed finals. What event were you in, and how did you do?
We played in the D event, and we came second. It was so much fun. The opposition was great, again, and we all made some great curling shots.
Yeah, that's really the key to having a good time here at High Park is playing on finals day. Mel, how many finals you got this weekend?
I was here yesterday for a final, and I'm here today cheering on my team for a final, and yeah.
Yeah. So, Mel, what do you have to say about the controversial conversation about the tainted enchilada that you had yesterday, which took you out of this weekend?
I think I'm going to have to blame Kevin for that one.
Kevin Sims, often known to prepare a bad taco. Anyways, back to our game here. We got a double corner guard. Kelly's saying, let's freeze it on top 8. Patrick Morris's favorite shot. Let's see if we can deliver it here. Now, quick question for you. Are you a fan of the double corner, Chris?
Yeah, I think if you've got some work to do late in the game, I think you want to make it as tough as possible for the opposition to make a double peel. The corner guards, in the 5 rock rule, the staggered corners are probably your best chance. In saying that, I think we're looking at the wrong stagger on those 2 corner guards. Here, you want the high one to be a little bit closer to the center line, just to give yourself some more room to get a couple of rocks behind them.
Definitely. Looks like a great rock being delivered here. Small little tap back. Gilbert's going to be pressed with the decision here. Do we go around the guard, or are we going to play the hit and roll? Emily Vanderkruik in the hack, coming down to deliver. Looks like a nice control waiter. Going to play hit and roll behind the guard.
Yeah. So, Mike, what's the thinking behind this shot here? Throwing less weight. Maybe not having enough to make the double.
I think for Gilbert, we just got to keep some rocks in play because it's really hard to score when you don't have any. Looks like a good one coming down here.
Yeah, this looks pretty good. Nice result from Emily there. Keeps the shooter in play. Moves the shot stone back a little bit, so that may act as a catcher later on. I think Kelly Cochrane will probably choose to peel one of the guards at this point.
Yep. Looks like Kelly's kind of lining it up, saying there's a couple different options here. As long as we can get to the inside of the stone, probably will be all right.
And Jane Almy with the intern peel.
Looks like a good slide. Brush strokes.
Oh, an unfortunate miss.
Yep.
There, going to give Team Gilbert a chance to get around. Really smart to ignore that shot stone right now. Get some more rocks in play. Try to create some offense.
Yeah. I mean, at the time in the game, not a terrible miss. We still got a lot of work to do from Team Gilbert in order to generate some offense. Big factor of this is making your shot after a miss. So let's see if Emily Vandercook can capitalize.
Rock on its way. Jen Gray. Oh, just got by the guard.
Wow, what a shot.
Really great heads up sweep goal there from Team Gilbert to get around that guard, fully buried.
So, interesting thing about Emily, eating eggs Benedict every day for the past week and a half.
Nice to be unemployed.
How do you feel about that, Chris?
I think Emily Vandercook is taking full advantage of her employment situation right now.
You can tell she looks very relaxed out there.
Absolutely.
And I think that is probably why the result has been the way it was for her.
I'm really you curl better when you're loose and relaxed.
Definitely.
Maybe we all should quit our jobs before playoffs.
Yeah, I think that is a good idea. All right, we got the takeout here. Looks like we're elected to make the double.
Heather Carr Olmsted maybe has played in as many women's championships as Kelly Cochrane. Throwing the double here. This is looking pretty good. Got the right angle. Oh, it's just over the top of the second blue, but that's a good result.
Gilbert's going to be pressed with a decision here. What are we going to do?
Mike, what's your thought here? Draw open or around the guard?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I mean, both of those shots are going to be able to provide you with an opportunity if they're made. Eventually, we're going to have to address that rock in the forefoot. The question then will be is if you do go open, is Kelly going to play the hit, or are we going to trade, and eventually we're going to force a double somehow?
Well, yeah. The question being, is taking two enough in the fifth end this late in the game?
Good point.
I think you'd be looking at the hit and roll behind cover. That rock, excuse me, that blue rock on the tee line is buried. You can never hit and roll off this one behind cover. You might be looking at a three. It's going to be tough for Team Cochrane to remove either of them.
Yeah.
Rolling open. I don't think Kelly's in any position that she wants to flirt with the guard, so she's probably just going to hit the open one. Conceding a deuce is pretty good for Team Cochrane at this point.
Great shot from Jen. Got a nose Unfortunately, might have left a bit of an angle here.
Looking at the scoreboard, I'm thinking that rolling away from the guard situation, but still being shot rock, is probably a pretty good option. If you can ever roll onto the T line on the A in Asahi, it's a pretty good spot. Team Gilbert's going to have to address that rock eventually, and you pull the play away from the guards, which is what Team Cochrane wants to do. Nice Rawlings on the sweep. That's pretty good.
Gilbert elected for the same thing, but does that not just play into the strategy for Team? Does that not just play into the strategy for Team Cochrane?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Team Cochrane's pretty happy to give up a deuce here. So keeping the second shot open, plays into that. You really got to try to score 3, and I think rolling behind the guard's probably the best option. Definitely tougher, but you're kind of in it now.
Curl a little bit.
Cushing playing for the curl. I think it's going to stick around though. That's
shot.
really good.
Amazing. Fabulous shot. All right, Kelly, what are we going to look at here?
Now we got a game. Now there's a chance that Team Gilbert would score 3 here, and we'll have a close one going into the last few ends.
Heather Carr signaling for a draw. I guess the plan here is we're going to try to leave this in a position.
A special guest showing up again, Mr. James Cohill, playing in the is it B final in tonight's men's championship? C final in tonight's men's championship. James, you've played in a lot of finals days. How does it feel to be in another one?
It's always great to be playing on Saturday.
Yeah, and your skip Colin McMichael, back from a long hiatus from curling, seems to be doing pretty well for you guys. What do you have to say about him?
Yeah, it's fantastic to have him back after 8 years missing. That's great, and he didn't miss a beat. Been playing great all year, so it's good.
Awesome. Well, thanks, James, for joining us, and good luck in the C final.
So the shot call here is we're going to throw a draw, looking at top 8, making it difficult for Team Gilbert. Yeah, you got to do it. Team Gilbert, too, have to play a very difficult takeout.
Team Cochrane elected to play the draw there, Mike, is that right?
Got to try to set up that peanut butter and jam. Playing for the curl here, looking pretty good. Oh, just a little bit firm. What do they say in that situation? Can't touch on that line?
Do they?
No tap on this line?
No,
No
bounce.
No bounce.
No
on
bounce
that
on this line. No bounce on this line.
bounce on this
yeah,
line.
we say it a lot.
That's the thing. Really good opportunity for Gilbert.
Yeah, she's going to have a couple of shots here to get back into this game. Looking at the roll away again, but again, if you bury another one underneath those guards, you're going to be in a good spot to take 3 or 4 at this point. That puts you right back in the game.
Looks like it's pretty much wide open. Jen Gray signaling with the roll deep. Question will be, what kind of weight are we going to throw at this?
Yeah, Mike. I think the key here for Team Gilbert is make sure that the shooter sticks around. Throw a little less weight at this, even if you don't get it out of the house. Sit a couple, give yourself a chance for a multiple score. If you're Team Gilbert and you only take 2, it probably puts the game away for Team Cochrane. And really, we're all just here for good curling.
Another guest at the booth. We have Peter Krimbalis joining us. Peter, we got a barn murder going on sheet 3.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about the comeback?
Well, I'm thinking you have to set yourself up some guards, right? Find your draw weight and hope that the other team doesn't hit and stick around because they have a lot more work to do.
Very well said. Very well said. We need to capitalize here, though. Looking to roll away.
Yeah, Mike. Again, I think the call here is probably to roll under the guards again. I know you're setting Team Cochrane up for a freeze, but you're 5 down with 4 to play. Really need to make really need to take some risks. And I think anything less than 3 points at this point probably puts the game away for Team Cochrane.
Looking like a good slide. Jen lining it up.
On it for curl. And this looks like it's going to roll out of the house.
Not the worst outcome. Still leaves a difficult shot for.
Yeah, Kelly's gonna have to make a decision. If she can see anything on the outside of the guards, probably hit. But looks like they're calling the freeze.
You put one on the eye of Asahi to recover, make her chase.
Yeah, potentially that could be a good call. I think anything in there is making it difficult to remove, and being shot stone is going to be a great outcome for Kelly in this.
Yeah. I don't think you need to be shot. I think you just need to be a piece of the rock buried to make the angles tough on Team Gilbert.
A rock that's difficult to remove.
Well said. Chris, how do you feel about throwing the same shot twice?
I never make the second one, so
Hardest shot in curling.
Hardest shot in curling for me.
Yeah. I'm not. The stream team's not a fan of the replication, but it's like Kelly has a pretty confident throw here. Sweepers are on it.
Thanks for joining us, 10 viewers. We're making some on-the-fly changes to the stream, and we appreciate you sticking with us. Team Manderson with the win against Diane Nielsen.
Wow.
And I'll say a big thanks to Diane for her work on the Grand Mixed Bonspiel last weekend. It's one of our bigger internal events, and Diane and her crew, including Angela Ballon, the title sponsor, did an amazing job with the murder mystery theme. If Lisa Anderson and Yasha Ashik are watching, big thanks to you guys too for all your help with that event.
What I heard,
Smashing.
Oh, correction.
Production called that one a bit.
Manderson and Nielsen still playing, but still big thanks to those folks for their help with the Grand Mix.
Thank you remains, as does the game.
Thank you so good. Yeah. Well, we got the draw here. Kelly, a little bit heavy, doing a good job to force to 2, potentially.
Yeah, I think mission accomplished for Team Cochrane. Force the 2 here, take hammer, 3 up, back in 6. Probably score 1 here. Score 1 in the 6th is probably enough to put the game away. But this is club curling, never know.
Sweepers are on it.
Sweepers going hard. Just need a piece of the 8-foot. And that looks like a pistol from Sarah Gilbert. Always clutch as usual.
Yeah. Great club.
What was that? Yellow scored. Oh, blue. Blue scored 2.
Scores 2. All right.
All right, folks, we'll take this break to thank again some of our sponsors. I'm going to thank the ones who actually gave us no money. So Tommy Guns, big thank you to Tommy Guns. Delta Growth, don't even know what that is. Oh, that's Brendan Phillip. Yeah, Brendan Phillip and Delta Growth, thanks very much for your support. And Aisle 24. Check out the new Aisle 24 at Gerrard and Richmond and Parliament.
Maybe we should have given them money.
Maybe.
Apparently they have amazing Wagyu steak. And we've got a live clubhouse view now. Wow. This is quite the stream.
To all those 10 people that are watching us right now, please come down and join this because we are having a party.
Yeah. I mean, there's vice chair of our men's committee, Michael Blanc, totally obstructing the view of the crowd. Thanks, Mike. And yeah, the usual suspects.
You gonna go interview? Mike, the fans at home want to know, how do you feel about this finals night?
There's fans at home?
Oh yeah, we got 10 people viewing right now, Mike.
We got 10 people viewing.
Say hi to them.
Hi. Is that why you talk?
Thanks, Mike. Oh, it's so good. Mike, call me. All right, good guard.
So some offense needed here from Team Gilbert to get back in this game. Lisa Rawlings throwing just a touch heavy, but probably a better result than a tight guard.
Yeah, not terrible, just based off the scoreboard. Obviously, you want to put those in play. Lisa throwing with a stick, though, Chris.
Yeah, Lisa's been battling some ongoing injuries for the last couple of years. Glad to see her back on the ice. Definitely one of the more social, friendly members at the club. Wouldn't be the same without her, so I'm glad to see Lisa in the mix this year.
A real transition from slide to stick and making some good shots out there. Really impressive to be able to see her make that change and be successful. Another really good throw from Team Gilbert here.
Yeah, probably a hair deep, but you know, in the danger zone, you can try to hit it. The rock in the top 12, but if you remove the guard, then that's got to go back, obviously. So I like Kelly's approach here. Play a little bit less weight. Move the shot stone to the back of the house. If you end up clipping the guard and moving to the side, that's fine.
We do not play the no tick.
Not yet.
For all the people at home, next year we might be pulling the tick out.
And I want to welcome our 11th viewer to the stream.
Go. Thank you for joining us.
Love to make it a dozen, so tell your friends, send the link.
Rock coming down, line looking pretty good. Might
Oh, it just rubbed the guard. But great weight, ends up shot stone. Edge on edge with the 1 and the 8 foot. Great result from Lisa there.
You know, if you're close, sometimes good things happen. I'd like to do a quick welcome. Peter Krimbalis is now going to be taking over the mic as my co-commentary.
Thanks, Mike. Good to be here.
Pete, what do you think Team Gilbert needs to do in this order to score some more points?
Well, with the deuce in the last end, gotta find a way to steal here. I'm thinking corner freeze on that yellow on top 4 is not a bad setup shot right now. Of course, Team Cochrane is well known for their hitting abilities, so it may not stick around for long.
Right. We got Emily Vandercook, fresh off an Egg Benedict. Looking like we're playing the freeze.
Coming into view now. Don't want to bump this.
No bump on that line.
That's a pretty good shot, but I think Kelly might have the opportunity to pick this out. Maybe avoid the jam.
Yeah, probably wanted to be just a little bit lighter on that one.
Let the sweepers finish it off, put it into position.
Yeah. Overall, not a bad outcome. It does force the Cochrane team to make a more difficult shot.
I mean, even if they lose that back yellow, it's not the end of the world. So I think the pressure is off in terms of trying to make a really tough shot. Just try to make that blue go away. If you wanted to get super aggressive, would they ever think about the intern draw coming the other way and sitting 2?
I think at this point in time, Kelly is thinking, how do I make this house open so that I can touch paint on my last draw?
So setting the end up to get a single on the last rock.
A lot of dialogue going on over here. Pete, what do you think that they're talking about?
I think they're debating the weight, perhaps. I'd love to get a feed on what they're discussing on the ice. If only we had microphones on them as well, maybe we could hear what their thoughts are. But they might be debating: is this possibly a double they're trying to make here and completely open up the front?
I've made a decision.
Jane sliding out. Lisa cleaning. Sweeping a bit harder now.
Just clips the guard. Seems like that was up in the conversation though, Pete. I think they're happy with that result.
I would agree with that. Opening up the front is going to help Kelly get that last shot to the pin that you were talking about.
Yeah. Sarah's in a really good position here. She's got 2 rocks in front of the scoring zone, an opportunity to replace her guard. Eventually, she's going to have to address the rock at the back of the 4. But right now, the end is shaping up nicely for an opportunity to steal.
Looks like we're throwing a 2 guard here. High would be really nice. Maybe saving that tap for later on in the end.
I think the big thing here is how do we not give up the double and allow Kelly to have an open house. So
looks like a pretty good shot to me, Mike. Perhaps a hair deeper than they wanted, but the line is fantastic.
Kelly's going to be pressed with a couple options here. I think she might elect to play the peel.
Yep, looks like she's putting the broom down for that.
We have a new visitor in the booth. Mr. Blandfield joining us. Mr. Blandfield, how are you feeling about this final?
I thought it would be a little closer, to be honest, but there's some good shots making around, all around.
Looks like we're playing the peel.
Got the outside sweeper. Trying to carve this rock. And moved it just enough.
Not ideal.
We've got a few guards in front of the house now. I think if you're Team Gilbert, you're inclined to put one right back and keep things in front.
A special guest.
And welcoming to the booth now, fresh off a sheet 4 with a tremendous victory earlier on today. We've got Kelly Williams joining the booth.
Hello, friends.
So why don't you give us a few thoughts on the conditions of the ice today? You had a real good one. How did you feel about it?
Felt pretty good. Ice was nice and fast, got fast, easy to read, figure out where Skipper's rocks were going. Although at one point I was completely watching other sheets and my teammates slid out and I was like, oh, I should probably pay attention to my sheet.
That is completely understandable. I've been caught doing that from time to time.
Okay, who has the hammer?
Sorry. Team Cochrane has a hammer right now, and looking like we're throwing another guard. Again, a little deeper than they wanted, but really good line.
Yeah, it looks like she's got that path down pretty good. Some people say the secret to success in your game was scoring a lot of points. How do you feel about that?
That's probably correct. There was a lot of point scoring.
Score more than the other team?
Score more than the other team.
That's sound logic to me, Mike.
Pretty good.
All right. Thank you very much for my guest appearance. I appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us.
I appreciate you, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate all those listening.
Thank you for your kind words.
All 9 of our viewers.
The ambassador for the club, Kelly Williams, just saying lots of positive things and representing the overall.
Now, actually.
Indeed it is, but it may be Quellis to you, my friend, but it's always going to be Team Williams to me.
So good. All right. We got a bit of a tough decision here. Kelly, it looks like any kind of hit on that blue is potentially going to jam. So.
And perhaps a couple of shots ago might have been the opportunity to remove that blue and not worry about losing the back one. However, now with the number of rocks in play and some well-placed guards in front of the house, Kelly has a bit of work to do.
You know, I got to give credit to Team Gilbert because those rocks are all in a perfect straight line.
Very well placed.
Look at that.
We do.
maybe Kelly's thinking that she get to the inside of this.
Don't think you could throw more than 4, perhaps even a little bit less than that to get the roll that you need and avoid the jam.
He's down, Heather's in the hack. Committed to it. A little difficult to see from this angle. Probably just a board to hack weight shot here.
Yeah, looking at that broom, I think you're right, Mike. They really got to get to the low side.
Yeah.
I don't think nose makes it past the back 4 stone without making contact with it. Stone in flight now.
Jane's heavy on the carve.
As the kids call it, knifing. Oh, we've got Lisa holding it straight now. Is it going to roll over? It does. And that rolls partially behind cover in the back 8.
She's leaving Gilbert sitting 2 to throw. Not the most ideal outcome, but a very difficult shot.
Yeah, I think the key here is to not be deep. You'd like to really be above the tee line, no deeper than top 4. Maybe show half a rock at most if it buries correctly.
Jen Gray to throw this. Jen, historically known for being a shot maker. This is a very critical moment. A make after a miss here can put a lot of pressure on Team Cochrane. It'll put them in a really good spot to make a comeback in this game.
And shot maker Gray in her delivery.
Super's jumping it.
Front end all over it. One has to wonder if the ice is perhaps coming down a little bit now that we're in the latter portion of the game. Lots of rocks in the middle. This one's curling. Not the outcome they wanted, but not really a way out for Team Cochrane either.
Be a good opportunity for Kelly to show her experience here, make a clutch shot, put the pressure back on Gilbert.
Would you come with the intern here, Mike, and maybe go after that blue in the back 8?
Yeah, that's an appropriate call. I mean, I think for Kelly, she might be thinking, how do I get my 1?
There's also perhaps some conversation being had on the ice now about clearing some of those guards to give her that opportunity for that last shot.
It is a good wall of blues, that's for sure. You know, it's tough to remove multiple stones and your shooter. I think at best you're looking at moving 1 guard, opening up a 4th.
We do have an opportunity for a run back here, but if you're leaving your shooter up in front, I'm not sure how much that helps you.
The real question is, she makes the run triple. Do we test for Ligadrol?
It is a contract year after all.
This is big. All right, let's see if we can move some granite.
Looking at some big weight coming out here.
A little bit inside. Probably not the outcome they wanted, but
it's marginally improved. I think they do have a path with the intern draw at the moment, which may be what Team Cochrane is saving for their last shot potentially. But it all depends upon whether or not Team Gilbert can put one in the top 4, perhaps even behind cover in the top 8. It's a pretty good shot.
Looks like Sarah playing the out turn here. Definitely wants to leave this in front of the tee, but that top blue might be exposed. And if we remember back to last year, Kelly's not afraid to go through the port.
So now are they taking the same ice that they took for Jen Gray's shot just a moment ago? Recall that hers over curled just a little bit, perhaps the ice changing conditions. Is that the same line? I think it's close to it.
Tough to say. The key here will be even a half tuck rock is okay. You just can't let this go deep.
Yeah, back four leaves an opportunity for Team Cochrane to nestle one in there.
Welcome. Welcome to the stream team.
I mean, I can use that.
Yeah.
And Sarah coming out with her delivery, releases the stone, and away we go. Front end just keeping it clean for now.
Sweepers don't look too concerned on this one, Pete. Kind of like just a slow stock going on.
Maybe not finishing as much as they'd like. I think maybe a good time to carve it now.
It's one of the situations where we got to knife it. There it is. All right.
Weight was pretty good on that. Probably wanted it to curl just a hair more. Kelly with an opportunity for perhaps an in-off.
Thinking she's probably going to want to flop it in there for shot rock.
And with all those guards out front, a well-made shot here really changes the complexion of this end.
Potentially rolling under too deep will allow you to nose that blue and be sitting for 3, leaving a pretty tough draw. But anyway you kind of set it, we're going to see some awesome shots in the next couple throws here.
Looks like Heather asking for how much of the stone can be seen from the other end. Lisa obliging her. Edge on edge, you think? Perhaps a little bit more than that.
I'm thinking she could see a lot of it. Based off that last draw, I would not be feeling super confident about throwing weight and expecting to get some curl.
Maybe now they're thinking a little bit of that in-turn draw we talked about a bit earlier. I thought they might want to save that for Kelly's last rock, but now might be a good time.
Definitely. In-turn draw, it's pretty good. I haven't played that path a whole lot. Kind of favoring more to the out at this moment. Kelly with the experience in this game, I think, is going to be real better.
The decision is being made as we speak. Looks like the in-turn draw it's going to be.
Yep. Front end's coming down.
Looks like a full team consult on this one. This is a pretty key shot. Always good to get full buy-in from the entire team on this one, especially when it comes down to a championship game like this.
Interesting fact about Kelly Cochrane, she loves license plates.
Tough to follow that one up, Mike. Trying to think of an interesting fact of my own. Got me on the fly here, friend.
All right.
Looking at the rest of the sheets in play while the back end and Team Cochrane discusses their next shot. Sheet 1 still in a deadlock at 3s. Lots of discussion happening there as well. Don't really have a good view of the monitor, so I can't tell exactly what they're looking at. But there appears to be plenty of discussion happening there as well.
What are we doing here, Pete? We throwing the intern?
Looks like after some deliberation and some consultation from the rest of the team, I think that in-turn draw is the call being made.
Yeah. A lot of pressure on this shot. The outcome of this could change the look of this game substantially.
Kelly Cochrane's just the kind of competitor to rise in these kinds of pressure situations. Lots of confidence in her sweepers, lots of confidence in the line call and her own throwing ability. We'll see how this one works out. Front end just cleaning. This was a line that they haven't thrown on in a little while, perhaps a little concerned. And we need to make it move to get it off of that blue. On its way in now.
What a shot.
In a pretty good spot. The question is, can Team Gilbert get to it with backline or half, just enough to bump it back?
Based on how far she was off the front guard, I think that there's an opportunity there. She did roll in a little bit, which could make it a little bit difficult. But this is finals game. You got to bring your A game.
And you also got to go for it when given the opportunity.
That's it.
The crowd definitely getting a bit more animated as we approach the conclusion of our game on sheet 3 and on sheet 1. You can feel a bit of a buzz in the air here on finals day at High Park.
What are you seeing here, Pete?
I'm seeing hack weight, perhaps at most, maybe even backline, just enough to get it through. To get a little roll would be ideal, and then force Kelly to make that same draw again, perhaps with a bit more finish this time.
You really got to ask yourself, what do you want your outcome to be in this end?
I think Team Cochrane would like to take 1 here. If they take 1 here, they're in pretty good position in the last 2 ends. Perhaps play it clean and engage in a hitting game.
We got another guest in the booth here, a High Park staple. We got Brenna Cochrane with us. Brenna, how do you...
Leonzakis.
Cochrane v. Cochrane will never die. Anyways, how do you feel about your sister's game right now?
Kelly just threw a back fourish kind of weight to tap back the blue stone. I think it's at least half visible, if not a bit more. And it looks like Sarah's going to be throwing maybe a back 8, back line kind of weight.
A game could be on after this end.
Certainly shaping up pretty well for Team Gilbert.
Looks like a good delivery here. This is a critical shot in this game. Sweeper's jumping it. Don't want to be like...
I'm not sure the weight is there, but the front end is definitely doing all they can.
Look perfect.
And with that, perhaps another draw for a second point. And maybe this puts this game out of reach.
Yeah. If anybody here is thirsty, they might want to go to the bar because it might get busy soon.
No, we have 11 viewers currently, and we're very grateful for their presence here online. Thanks everyone for joining us here at High Park for finals day and the women's championship game here on sheet 3.
Brenda, the fans at home want to know, what's the secret to the Cochrane success?
No comment.
We'll chalk it out to innate curling ability and a lot of hard work.
Liga draw. Kelly with the draw here.
Looks like similar weight to her last one. Front end putting her hand up, perhaps suggesting that it's a bit more weight than initially planned.
Lisa Rawlings really going in here, trying to make it curl.
She doesn't take out her own block.
This has got a bit more weight than they needed.
Oh! Only a single.
Interesting. Brenda, what are you thinking at this moment? You're down 4, going into 7.
I shook.
You heard it here.
Never one to mince words. Brenna Leonzakis letting us know what is advised, but I think we got a game here, folks.
Yeah, a lot of Greek in the booth right now.
Approximately 2/3 of the population.
Yeah. They're still playing.
She's got a bone to pick. This is the 3rd time she's played her.
Yeah. 3rd time in a row, right?
Right, while they're setting up rocks for the 7th end here, checking in on the status of sheet 1. Looks like blue is sitting 1 at the moment. Trying to see what the outcome of this game will be shortly. That one's in an absolute deadlock at threes, although it appears that in the sixth end, the deuce was taken by yellow. We'll have to get production to update the scoreboard here.
If Kelly Cochrane wins this game, this will be her 11th women's championship.
My goodness, that is quite an accomplishment.
You know, we really do call her the Tom Brady of High Park Row. Looks like we got a little top four action called here.
Yeah, sure, Kelly, you're going to want to put stones in play here.
Rip 'em and rip 'em, buddy.
I'll send somebody over.
Team Cochrane sitting back four, basically goading Team Gilbert into a hitting game to eventually run them out of stones.
We got it. Good draw there. Need a couple guards. Are we calling for a corner here?
With that weight and ice, looks like that might be the case.
You guys don't know how to click buttons?
Instructions unclear. Incorrect buttons pressed.
Score,
I don't do real-time learning, Patrick.
Pete and I discussed, and we don't think that mouse is ergonomic enough.
That's the problem.
It's pretty damn good, though. I'm not getting carpal tunnel for a stream, okay?
I'm not even being compensated for this work right now. Minimizing my wrist posture.
Switch that.
Alright. Well, you guys could have done that too.
Yeah, we could have, but...
I mean, I kind of made it as easy as possible.
We are a team here, though, and production needs to work with the commentators for a seamless production.
I can be honest with you, it went a lot smoother whenever we were here with Greek. All right, a tight garden play here. That could come back later in the game. It's very splittable. Looks like Lisa Rawlings out in the weeds.
Certainly has enough weight to probably sit T-line, if not back four.
Jane with the big knife. Not a bad shot. Putting the double corner. Fabled.
Bit of a classic strategy here. Team Cochrane following suit by putting rocks into 4 foot.
Pete, how do you feel about the double corner?
I feel like when the shots are made, it can be very effective to generate a multiple. However, as you're setting that up, your opponents are putting rocks in play in the 4 foot, and at some point in time, you're going to have to address them.
That's a good point.
This draw coming up a little short. Not so bad having a high guard here, though, but I think they would have wanted it closer to the corner side.
Calling for the hit here.
Yeah, I think now is about the time to start removing stones if you're Team Cochrane.
We have to wait one more rock before we start removing. Deciding to play the draw here, putting a lot of pressure on Team Gilbert to make a real nice shot. Another High Park celebrity joins the booth.
Special guest in the booth. We've got our mixed competitive club champion from last night, the skipper here, Johnny McCutcheon. Johnny, you played a wonderful game last night. It was very competitive out there. Can you comment on the ice conditions?
The ice conditions were tough, very difficult. Yeah, just sometimes it's 14, sometimes it's 15-4. You never know. But, you know, looks like they're doing well with it. I'd like to see that.
Being the competitive skip that you are, if you are Team Gilbert right now, how would you approach this end exactly? They got a couple of corner guards going. What do you throw next?
I don't know. Like, I mean, lightweight stuff. Keep everything in the rings. Keep it messy. You know, try to get a little bit of junk there so you can freeze one on the back.
When do you start addressing these stones in the 4 foot?
I think now is a good time too. I don't think you need control though. I think you could throw it they need a 2 or a 3 here. You could throw it with back 8 just to push them to the backing and try to leave a little bit back there, leave a pocket to freeze on.
That roll was pretty good, but
roll.
that guard
Very
is
good
high
roll.
enough to perhaps not be effective at protecting that stone.
I mean, for Kelly, she's probably just peeling all day, and if she gives them 1, she's fine with that. She's just got to make sure it's not more than that. Looks like they're doing well with that now.
Jane here with the peel. Sweeper's giving it a nice light dusting.
Called and made, keeping things clean.
John, how do you feel about being the tallest person in your family?
Oh, it feels great. All 5'7" to me is just towering over my family.
People often say that's the reason why you can generate more power than your dad.
Oh, that's the only reason.
You heard it in the booth here. Old man strength is a myth. Johnny McCutcheon with the 5-second peel. What do we got going on?
I think Team Gilbert's trying to put that guard back up. Perhaps a little closer to the rings this time. Or it looks like they may be coming in. Corner freezing to their own. Nope. Corner freeze to the shot on the button. Did leave a little bit of a chance here. Do you think a double's in play here?
I think if Johnny McCutcheon is throwing this rock, he probably is already in the hack.
He's already firing out. Letting everybody know there's a sonic boom about to land.
Yeah. Rumors is he doesn't even put the broom down anymore. No, I mean it looks like if you hit it thin on the outside, you'll be able to kick that other one out, and then hopefully you'll be lucky and spin down.
I also don't think it really matters if they lose that rock on the back button. Making the 2 blues go away is probably the way to go here.
Looking like we're throwing the out turn. Maybe hit a half a rock, spill out over the top, leave them sitting possibly 3. Sweeper's on it. Looks like we might be...
Got a jam situation here. Blue's still sitting 2.
That's it.
If you're Team Gilbert, do you float another one in between those and corner freeze to your own? Or you start thinking of something else?
Don't hate that at all. Good call if it's made.
Yeah.
Just don't want to be a little wide and leave a triple.
They did just throw a very similar rock with some success. I think they've got the weight and the line down here.
That yellow rock's in a not terrible situation.
Right.
Alice is up.
We wanted to thank Johnny McCutcheon for joining us in the booth.
Hi, Alice.
Yet another special guest in the commentary booth today.
Celebrity guest.
Those who are repeat viewers of the stream might recognize our special guest, Alice, for joining us in the previous game with the Bananas broadcast, where she joined me in the booth. Alice, welcome back. Having just come off the ice. So tell me, how are things today? How are you finding the ice conditions?
The ice was pretty good. It was a little slow in spots, but held up nice over the 6 ends.
Now, if you're Team Cochrane, what do you do here? That yellow's in a
Cochrane's
pretty
yellow?
good spot. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you either tap back that blue or just keep drawing to the top 4.
Yeah, would you consider making the shot that it appears Team Gilbert just tried to do, which is to throw the intern and corner freeze to that blue?
Yeah, I think that would be
sitting on
good.
the button. It would be real difficult to remove the yellow if you do that correctly.
Yeah.
The question is, do you play defensively at this stage of the game, or you play a bit more aggressively and try to score again?
I think you play defensively. You've got 4 points to play with, or 3 points to play with. So, yeah.
Looks like they're coming out with the hit.
Pete, they always say the best shot in Philly is the one you make.
agree with that. It looks like we're going to get to the low side for a pretty good shot.
That's a great
and
shot.
the roll. Corner freeze into the blue. It's just a wonderful shot. Speaking of experience in shot making, Heather really is stepping up to the plate today.
Boy, is she ever. How's your Gilbert right now? How are you feeling?
Feeling a little nervous. You gotta get those yellows out or get a blue in a really good spot here. No guards in play. It's a little risky.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult to remove those yellows. You may have to do this in more than one rock.
I agree.
I don't think that yellow that's on the top button is really going to go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have
yet another special.
Hey, how's it going? Is it on? Can you hear me?
the notorious
Fabulous.
Stu Sankey.
So I have to tell a funny story. We were looking at the TV, and when Heather and Kelly were looking, we were looking at the hair, and is that Heather or is that Peter? I don't know. The hair looks the same.
An observation made by others as well. Well done, Stu.
This comment brought to you by Pantene Pro V.
Yeah.
Remember to condition, friends.
Always need conditioner.
Always conditioner. So here we are at the finals day at High Park Club. We're a month after every other club in the country, but we're still curling and we're still playing. And
it really is the best time of year, though, Stu. Coming down, the atmosphere, the buzz.
Oh yeah. No, it's a lot of fun.
Probably the only curling club where you can get a tan and curl in the same day.
Exactly.
Stay versatile, people. How do you feel about this game, Stu?
It's David was looking really exciting the last end. Like I thought she was going to get 3, and that was a great shot by Kelly.
The
to
opportunity
come in,
was
yeah,
there.
it was there. But now I think Kelly's sitting 2, right?
I think
It's hard to
illegal
standing
one.
above.
You got that rock just in the
the blue in the back.
tee in the blue, yeah.
Well, I think Team Gilbert has to get 2 in this, or I think it's handshakes. I don't think you go back 8-4. It's 8-4. You got to at least score 2.
Stu, how do you feel about the energy in the room right now?
The energy is hopping. That's the best thing about High Park Club. It's a family club, and the members here are great, and people come down, and they support all the sections. And last night was the kickoff with the Tuesday mix. It was a great night. Lots of people were here. We started our other club championship this morning, and we had mixed teams, women and men's teams playing together, open and fun. It was awesome.
We got 13 viewers here, Stu. Would you recommend that they come down to this and feel the electricity?
They should. Come down. The bar is open. Pizza's on its way. There's going to be a lot of great games after this, too. We have more curling. It's curling all night.
Curling all
It's
night.
like Briar on steroids.
Leg and draw, baby. Stu, I can see your glasses a little empty there. How about I fill you up?
I know, you should.
Back to the action on the sheet.
Oh, let's talk about curling.
So Jennifer Gray successfully removing that stone in the top 4 with a pretty good shot here. Now, if you're Kelly, do you go aggressive and just corner freeze to your
Oh,
own?
totally. Yeah, freeze. You're up 4 points. What do you do? Put a guard? If they ever get rid of that yellow-blue, then they're going to score 2. And then the game will keep going.
Sometimes the best defense is a good offense.
Exactly, yes.
All right, well, things are setting up.
Do you know what? Even if she's light on the freeze, it still helps her. So that's the call. Freeze, and if you're light, you're still in the way, you're blocking it, it's all good.
I completely agree. Okay.
Sometimes curlers make that mistake when they call a shot. They don't think about the plan B, C, which are good plan BCs.
You gotta think of what the pro miss is.
Yeah,
what's the bad miss?
what's the miss?
good
Yeah, what's the bad miss? What's the good miss? For sure.
Front end is sweeping pretty hard here, trying to guide that rock into play. Looks like they're going to be on the back.
They were trying to make a curl, but that's all right.
Yep. Speaking of good
bad
misses,
miss,
this is actually a pretty good position for them. Not leaving a whole lot of opportunity for Team Gilbert here.
Now, if you're Team Gilbert, do you come down? You want to keep your rock in play and try and jiggle the yellow-blue to get some separation, or is this her first rock, right?
I do believe that's the case. So would you come with the outturn and perhaps promote that rock in the top 8?
Possibly, but
to me, that's what they're talking about right now.
But I think you got to move. You got to jiggle that yellow off because you got to. You got to get rid of that rock.
Things, right?
You got to unlock
Not
things.
going
Yeah.
anywhere at the moment.
So use your. Oh, I think she's trying. I think she's thinking of the hit.
Yep.
See, the problem with the hit is that if you miss it, your rocks roll out. Kelly just puts another guard on, and then your hoop. That's why I like a hack weight, back, board. Just kind of jiggle it, but keep your rock in play.
I agree with the reduced weight call.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think if she throws weight at this, that back blue is it's rolling out for sure? Isn't it?
Yeah, it's gone, and you want that. You got to score at least 2. So. It's not. It's about just moving that yellow off to have it open for your last shot. Is what I think.
Judging from the broom, this looks like it's going to be a bit more weight. Yeah. Perhaps that 10.5 control weight. Just off nose, I think, is what they're talking about here.
But with that weight and that angle, will the yellow roll out? She's got to throw a good weight to get that yellow out.
Yeah, I think at best it's going to be rolling to back 8, maybe
Yeah.
back 12. You got to put a little bit of pepper on this one.
But all, a good turnout today at the club. A lot of people down watching.
Would you say the other club championship this morning, did it go as planned? Was it a success?
It was awesome. Yes,
I saw that you were on the grill.
We did burgers for everyone. Yeah, we did burgers. It was good to see it open and mix. Oh, she got a good shot. Yeah. Woo!
Sure
the fans go
online
crazy.
Can hear the reaction from the room. Sarah Gilbert throwing an absolute pistol.
And she's got a biter in the back, which could help her. Because how does Kelly get rid of this one and stay without opening up a double? If she hits, she's going to roll over towards that yellow.
Nerdy. A very interesting outcome. Kelly and Heather are thinking about what to do next.
Well, I just don't think she can see enough of the blue to. I don't think she can do a nose. I think she's going to have to roll.
Try that corner freeze again.
Yeah, the corner freeze. Even if you're, because even if you're not 100% frozen, even just a little bit above, Sarah's going to have to hit it, and then she could roll out, and they could give up the one because the yellow's there. Bite back 4.
Looks like Kelly potentially talking about some sort of a run back. Am I seeing that correctly?
Oh yeah. The only problem with that, if she misses the back blue, you have a nose hit on the yellow for 3, and then we're game on.
And then suddenly,
it's game on.
Very exciting action here on sheet 3 in the Women's Championship game at Hyde Park.
Key shot here. She's got to get rid of the back blue.
Jane sweeping to keep it straight. Looks like the rock is moving, lighting up a little bit now. Let's see, are they going to get the outcome they were looking for? Bit of a roll.
Oh, great shot.
And now we are looking at a possibility.
You got to try the thin double for 3.
I think so.
You have to. The hit one is, It's the last game of the season. It's the championship game. I don't know if that double's there. You'd have to just... Is it there even if you brushed it?
I think you might risk jamming on the back a little bit. But, I mean, this is a scenario where I think you've got to go for it.
You have to. There's no point in hitting for 1.
Fortune favors the bold, so let's see if that's the call Team Gilbert's going to make here. Execution
she's thinking of just off. We have to go for it. Either way, you have to go. I thought if you could maybe skinny it and redirect onto the back, but she's thinking about driving it back on the yellow. Oh, he's coming the other way.
Tricky shot here, Stu.
That's really tricky. But man, if you make a game on, these are what those moments you see, like those top 50 shots on TSN. This could be one of them. If she makes it, it'd be like, the crowd will go wild.
The Vice Gen Greg just making sure the shots.
Yeah, you're sitting too. Yeah.
I think she needs to hit.
She's coming the other way though. Yeah, half a rock. Yeah.
Decided to come with the intern, going inside out on this.
Have they played down the center line yet? I haven't seen one shot yet.
Not with this turn, I don't think. Gilbert firing out.
Here we go. This is it. This is for the game, because if you don't make this, it's definitely going to be handshakes. But this could be the top 25 shots. Oh, Jen does not look happy. She stood up.
Over curling.
Oh. No.
And with that.
And that's the game. Yeah,
I
handshakes.
do believe it's handshakes. Congratulations to Team Cochrane.
Yeah.
As our special guest earlier said, this would be Kelly's 11th championship.
Get out.
Which
11.
is absolutely impressive. Someone argues she's a goat. I think they might be right.
Well, congrats. Number 11.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have our on-site and field reporter, Mike Walsh, head out with the microphone now for a bit of an interview.
Interview with the new champion. Well, are you a new champion if you won last year and you won this year?
I mean,
I guess you're a new champion.
You're always a new champion this year.
This year, yes.
Make it the final.
Yeah. Okay, Vic.
Is that trademark?
Yeah.
I'm
Make it the
about to get a
final.
letter in the mail, aren't I?
8-4. No, now we have to do the cameras around the High Park area. Oh, High Park has been good to us and the community.
We should have had prepared, which is a soaring monologue set to music and great photography, talking about the
High Park
competition
Club,
throughout the year, the camaraderie, the highs and the lows, friendship all along the way.
Yeah. We need that for next year. We got to film it.
We need a High Park montage, folks.
And we got to start with like catchy lines. It always starts with a catchy line like, we came here and it was snowing. And then the community embraced us. And they showed us a good time.
Stu, that's the making of a script right there.
I tell you, I'm going to write it. I'm going to write the script. I've got it for next year.
Production swiveling the units over to sheet 1. Our final game in play.
Who's that handsome guy on sheet 2?
Bit of a.
What's his name?
Joining
He's
us
kind of handsome.
Stu Sankey with his face on the ice in sheet 2. Please bear with us with the Batman camera angle.
Yeah, honestly.
It's the only way to get a good shot on sheet 2 for you right now. Or sheet 1, my apologies.
Close. Blue is 6-3. 2 yellows. Last end, yeah, you never know. The Blues coming down, trying for a takeout on the back yellow. If they get that, no, they still have enough rocks to score the 3 for the tie, but this...
Running out of rocks.
Running out of rocks, yes, but...
I mean, we talked about going for it. Looks like they did.
Yeah.
And a couple of rocks sticking around. We've still got a game here.
Still got a game. You have 2 guards up front that can't be removed, so you draw them behind and again. You bury that, that's your deuce, and then you gotta get a 3. Yep. Good call.
We got the champion of the club, Kelly Cochrane, down. Kelly, why don't you get us a few words?
Jane's first championship as a second.
That's amazing. Congratulations, this is your 11th championship at High Park?
So
No
if
fucking idea.
Well, you heard it first, eh? Congratulations, Team Cochrane. You guys won the club championships. Now we're going to take you upstairs and get a couple beers.
Who am I? Am I Ross Howard?
Yeah, I guess. You're an experienced curler. All right, you guys are good. Okay. Go back.
So remember, all you curling fans out there, after these games are done, we are going to do the ice, and then the men's final day championship games are going to go on.
Yep. So our ice team will be doing the
Yeah.
scrape, preparing for the evening's draw.
A big cheer for the Kelly Cochrane
And now
team.
we have our champions coming into the clubhouse.
Off the ice.
Lots of fanfare. Congratulations once again to our champions. What a game. And well played for Team Gilbert. Thank you very much for a wonderful season. Are we looking at a draw here?
I think she did. I think she's drawing in to get set up the 2. And then she's got to figure out how to get 3 to tie it up. But she'll have last rock, so you bury this one behind the guards, sit your 2. You can deal with the back 2 blues on your last shot.
Lots of weight, makes a hit, but looks like they'll be rolling out and taking out their own.
I don't know if they have enough rocks left.
It's coming down to the wire, that's for sure.
Handshakes. They're out of rocks.
And we've got a
final.
handshakes on sheet 1.
Yeah.
This concludes all of our games for the afternoon draw.
But kids, grab a nice bottle of wine, grab some beer, grab some pizza and some food. We're going to be back at 5:30 with the men's finals championships game. It's going to be a great night of curling to watch, enjoy, see all the fun at the High Park Club.
Many thanks to all of our competitors for coming out today. It was a wonderful day of curling. There were some games that were a bit shorter, a bit lopsided, and also some nail-biters coming right down to the wire. We're hoping for a similar level of activity for the evening draw. Looking forward to it. Stu, we signing off?
I'm signing off.
Thanks, everyone.
What's that?
And